I'm going to walk you through the specifics of what a group PM or principal PM actually is, with real-world examples of what the job is like and how it's different from other product roles. I was a group PM at Google for a number of years, and I worked at a few different areas, so I'm bringing you direct experience with what it's like. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. My name is Alex. On this channel, we talk about product management, getting into the career, accelerating your career, crushing your PM interview, and up-leveling your product skills. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more practical product management videos like this one. The group or principal PM is the most senior product role in top tech companies, right below directors and other execs. This is also the most senior product position that directly influences product lines, since directors generally influence that at the leadership level and not with direct involvement. If you have aspirations of rising to the very top of the product management career ladder, by the end of this video, you will know exactly what the job entails and what it looks like at that level. All right, so group product manager, also called principal product manager, is called that way because usually they can run groups of other product managers. They run a product team. So usually they run a product that is pretty substantial in size. They typically manage multiple product lines, or at least one product line, multiple product teams, or at least one product team that is comprised of other product managers as well as a cross-functional group. A product team is usually comprised of UXD, UXR, so various UX folks, of course, as well as the engineering team, and also has business analysts, sales, marketing, and support teams. Usually there's one or multiple program managers on the team as well. So this group PM runs this product team and usually owns a product portfolio. An early career PM usually will own a feature. Then as you go up in leveling, as you go up in responsibility, you will get a set of features or maybe a small product line. Then multiple product lines come together. Then the next stage is you're running maybe a full product line. Then after that, you're running multiple product lines, and that is usually the spot of the group or principal PM. You might have a group PM working on a big business, but a small component of it, or conversely, it is all of the components of a smaller business. So a lot of times it's divided by complexity or by the size, not necessarily by the entirety of the product line. So for instance, you take a business as big as Uber, you're not going to have one group PM that owns the entire rider team or the entire driver team. You can have multiple components. And actually the art and science of dividing organizations in a meaningful way so that they can still produce good work is its own topic. Another responsibility of the group PM is to manage the product strategy across teams and products. They own the strategy of their product and how it interacts with everything else in the business. So that means that writing the strategy docs, writing the vision docs, and building the strategy for the next year or next number of years is responsibility and is driven by this group PM. A key responsibility of the group PM is building relationships with execs, maintaining these relationships, keeping the execs up to date on what's happening, and then bringing the information back down to the team. Being that liaison between the executive team and the product team is the job of the group PM. Motivating and guiding your team is another important responsibility of the group PM. You are the key motivator of your entire cross-functional product team. So the group PM is the de facto leader of the organization, sort of the CEO, the mini CEO, as we like to say, of the product team. That person sets the tone, motivates the team, tells them what to reach for, guides the team, trying to organize group activities and team building and all of these activities, effectively trying to build a stronger team so they can execute on their product plans. They are also the go-to person for the domain. They are expected to know everything about the business, the product inside and out. Why did we decide to invest in this initiative and not invest in this other one? What are our plans in the next year and the year after that? What are our 5-year plans? What are the plans for next quarter? What did we do last quarter? You're supposed to intimately know all the details of the business at any time. They're not supposed to know the very specifics of what's happening on the ground of each initiative and each feature, but they are expected to know the larger picture, what's happening. And like the CEO knows what's happening, but not at an intimate detail level, because that would be impossible. There's too many things going on. But they do know the general lay of the land. They also set the tone for the product. A lot of times the group PM will run internal reviews where they meet with different team members or different small groups and evaluate ideas, check on the status of certain projects, and set the tone for development. The group PM also crafts or is largely instrumental in figuring out the product principles, the why behind what we build, when to do it, and what is the final objective. I also have a separate video talking about product principles. Check it out. I recommend it for every product leader. It's an important video on why and how to craft your product principles. The group PM technically hires product managers to be in their product group, but they're also informally guiding the hiring process for engineering. In most companies, engineering will hire their own engineers, product will hire their own product. The good group product managers definitely encourage this cross-pollination where PM leaders can influence engineering hiring and engineer leaders can influence product hiring. A group PM also creates an organizational hierarchy. Build out the org plan. This sounds boring and bureaucratic, but it's actually important because for a big tech company, there are hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of people working there. And an organizational structure is important, not for purposes of figuring out who is reporting to who, but for the purposes of figuring out how to best build a product or suite of products. Which area do you call out as a separate AOR, area of responsibility, that could have a specific PM assigned to it? How many PMs do you need? Do you need 1, 2, or 3? In which areas? How should they invest their time? All of that requires crafting your own org structure. Developing your team, defending it, making sure there's enough stretch opportunities for each of these team members. So a lot of these managerial duties definitely are in the wheelhouse of a group PM. So the group product manager definitely sets the career trajectory for a lot of their team. What team members could or should work on, what are the stretch opportunities, what are the different career growth opportunities, alignment with other teams, making sure that they can work and be unblocked in certain areas and can successfully build the product, assisting your teams, not just your cross-functional product team, but directly the product managers that are reporting to you, helping them move forward with their individual products and their individual careers. Stakeholder management, you want to translate the company strategy and the product strategy back to your product team. And then from your product team, you want to synthesize their ideas and back up to the stakeholders and to the company leaders. Managing resources, budgets, and timelines. This is an important responsibility that is directly in the hands of the group product manager. The group PM has to synthesize all of the product team efforts and initiatives, stack rank them, and figure out ultimately where they recommend to actually invest the resources, the human capital. Figuring out budgets, any kind of infrastructure, support budgets, or fund budgets, or team building activities, or the budgets for marketing. All of these things are again in the wheelhouse of the group product manager. They have to manage their entire product team as a business, as a standalone business. Timelines, roadmaps, making sure everything's updated, making sure that it's clear to everyone from sister org and from executive stakeholders what is happening within the overall product portfolio. Solving all kinds of problems within the team. Interpersonal issues, hiring, firing, recommendations, career stuff. There's quite a lot of administrative and managerial responsibilities that come with being a group PM. And that includes saying goodbye to certain people, firing people, or managing transitions. Assuming that people didn't find themselves within your org, you help them find a better position elsewhere. One interesting real-world implication of being a group PM is that you repeat the same thing 1,000 times. Once you narrow down the focus or the vision for your product, or you figure out the plan for the next year. And these strategy sessions and planning sessions are done on a quarterly or annual basis. Once you zoom in on your strategy, you're going to end up repeating the same thing to your team, to your execs during reviews. All product managers will repeat the same thing over and over and over, but the group PM will do it probably the most out of everybody because they repeat the same thing back down to their product team and all of the cross-functional members, but also up to all the executive teams, the directors, all of those forums where decisions are being made or resources are being allocated. Once you say, this is what our product is about, you craft those principles, you craft that vision, and then you end up repeating the same thing over and over and over. And that's part of the job. Maintaining optimism and consistency over time. This is the job of any product manager, but again, as a group PM, probably this will be the most that you'll have to do of this. You're 1 foot in executive land and 1 foot in execution land. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash the like button and also subscribe if you haven't already. And also subscribe to my Practical Product Management newsletter. The link is in the description below, where you and I could be in touch, and I'll share other insights and best practices in the world of product management so you can improve your career. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm putting together a community where PMs can grow their careers together. To be the first to know when we launch the community, please visit alexrachevsky.com and sign up through SuperPeer, and I'll notify you when we're ready to roll.